All right, I'm just making some last minute adjustments to the camera here. I haven't used it in webcam mode in a minute, so just trying to get it to cooperate again. All right, so I think I need to, let's see here. It's gonna go black for a second just as I switch over to the camera. Ignore that on my desk. All right, now I can zoom. I don't know, it wouldn't let me zoom until I actually started the camera on the computer. So anyway, we are live. I picked up, let's see, it's in my bag here. I picked up a Motorola Razr, and I had been on the fence about this ever since it came out. Ever since they announced the Clicks keyboard for this again, it really got me interested in trying one out. I have the Motorola Stylus 2025, which obviously I've done some videos on if you guys have been watching the channel. There's some videos on this. Check those out. We'll be doing some comparisons between this. This goes for $399, and the Motorola Razr I think was $699. So we're going to be checking them out and kind of taking a look at them. So this is the base model Motorola Razr. I wanted to kind of compare, and I wanted to go away from you know, having to have the top of the line stuff, because I've been finding that, you know, stuff like this, even this device right here for $399, had I never used a Galaxy, you know, Note device or Ultra series device before, you know, that'd probably be the perfect phone for my day-to-day use. I don't need the latest and greatest and, you know, top of the line. But so I'm going to be doing that here with the Motorola Razr, and we're going to be taking a look at this. This has the MediaTek Dimensity 9400X. I'm not familiar with the naming of the MediaTek processors. I believe there's a 9500 out there, but the 9400X is one of their flagship processors. It's got 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage. Again, I'm not really familiar with the MediaTek line. I'm more of a Snapdragon person. That's kind of what I know. And I'm not even a Snapdragon expert, but I do, pay attention to that stuff more. I can kind of tell you the series and the progression of the Snapdragon processors before I can do that with anything of MediaTek. But that being said, it is one of their flagship processors from what I can see, and it looks like a pretty good one. I had the Galaxy Tab S10 Ultra, and the S10 Ultra had a MediaTek Dimensity 9300 Plus. So this looks like it's got a better processor than the Tab S10 Ultra, which was, a $1,400 tablet, $1,400 tablet. Yeah, I mean, it is great. And the Motorola software, I mean, I know a lot of people say, oh, Motorola never updates their software. I mean, it's pretty up to date. It's on Android 15. Even when I had the previous previous Razr, I believe it was just getting Android 15 when I got rid of it. And I had the 2023 Razr Plus. I got that at Best Buy for like way cheap. I think it was like $600. I would have gotten the 2025 Razr Plus, but it only comes in one color, and I'll show you guys here in a minute everything. I was like, why are there no color selection options? I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off here just with my nail. There we go. While we talk, let me pull up my screen here. Let's see, what screen is it gonna pull up? Okay, it's gonna do this one over here. Yeah, let me just show you guys what we have in terms of kind of the specs and everything. We'll go to the Motorola website over here. So these are the Ultras right here. Now, if I got the Ultra, I would probably get the wooden one. I don't really like that one. It's too pink for me. But the 2025 Razr Plus, which is the $999 one, only comes in this Mocha Mousse, which is like a gold kind of color. I don't mind the color on the sides, but the back color just doesn't do it for me. I don't like that. So wasn't for me. The one I got for this one is the Gearbolter C, which looks pretty cool. I'll have to see it in person here when I open mine up in just a second, but it looks really, really cool. And then I wasn't really ready to pay, you know, this much. Oh, they do have a red one. They have the Cabrier, I'm not even gonna try. Rio Red actually looks like a nice color, but I wasn't ready to pay, over $1,000 for a Razr. The other one would have been perfect for me, the Razr Plus, if it had come in, different colors. So that was why I did not go with a Plus. Was simply just the color option. And this probably won't be my main device all the time, but if it turns out to be a nice device, then obviously I'm going to use it. One thing, too, I know I keep going back and forth while we're opening this, but one thing, Best Buy has the Clicks keyboard for this. They're giving them to you for free when you buy a Razr, any of the Razrs, the Ultra, the regular, the Plus, comes with a Clicks keyboard. So I was actually going to get a Clicks keyboard when they came out with this. Like I said, that was kind of what made me interested in this phone again, was the fact that they were coming out with a Clicks keyboard for a foldable, and they didn't do it for the Galaxy Z line. So I was like, dang, I might have to get another Razr and try it out. Well, when I went to order at Best Buy, they were giving the Clicks keyboard away for free. I don't have it with me right now because it was something they didn't have in store, so it's going to be shipped to me. But I'm very excited about that, to see how that works with this form factor, because as you guys know, I have the Clicks keyboard for my iPhone 16 Pro Max. So we're going to go ahead and open this here, and we'll see what kind of improvements they have made over the 2023 model that I had. I do want to get a warranty on this because I do plan on using it. That's one of the reasons I didn't use my other one, was I didn't have the any kind of warranty on it. We're going to close it real quick. Ooh, that closes super nice. It's not too stiff, but not too light. Here is the back. I'm going to zoom in here. You can see it's a textured blue, kind of navy back. Really, really love this design and color. It's not super slippery. It's got nice texture to it, which on the non-Plus and the non-Ultra extends up here. I don't really care about the outer screen that much in terms of size. I know like the other one, the Ultra, comes up to up there, and you get a little bit more. I think this is 3.6 versus the 4-inch screen on the Ultra and the Plus, but I don't really use that screen all that much, so I don't mind it. And plus, I plan on using this with the Clicks keyboard, so if you want to do any typing on the outer screen here, you don't have any wasted screen real estate from the on-screen keyboard, because you're going to be using the physical keyboard. So that is super, super cool. We're going to go ahead and power this on. Like I said, I do want to see what kind of warranties are available. Last time I had one, I tried to get the MotoCare one, and I just couldn't get, nobody responded to me with Motorola, so I don't know how that works. I know you can do it after the fact if you buy it at Best Buy. At least their website then said you could, so we'll have to try that. I usually like having warranties on these foldables just because the screens are so fragile. And I mean, I wouldn't say so fragile, but, oh, that marks on my computer screen, not the screen of the phone, but not so fragile, but it's just, peace of mind, especially if I'm going to be taking it out and about. I don't think I really ever took my other one out and about anywhere. So here's the little Razr boot up thing. The Ultra does have an AI button on the left-hand side. This is obviously not the Ultra, like I said, but the Ultra does have an AI button on the side over here, a dedicated one. I believe you still get the same AI features. It's just this doesn't have that dedicated button. So we're gonna let this thing boot up real quick, and we'll get it all set up here. And then there's your Hello Moto screen. I'm not gonna set it up on camera. I'm gonna keep streaming, but I'm not gonna set it up on camera, just so I can enter my passwords and all that kind of stuff. What I'm going to do is I've actually set up my stylus here is kind of set up the same way my Ultra is, my S25 Ultra. So I'm going to kind of mirror that setup and kind of restore it from a backup of that. Actually, I'm going to back it up right now. See, we're going to set it up from an Android device. How's it going, Featherbeam? Do I have to scan the QR code? Let's see. All right, it says connecting. Continue setup on your new device. Also use this pin to unlock this device. Yeah, so wait, what? All right, we're gonna get connected to the Wi-Fi here. I'll get to your comment in 1 second when I finish typing this in. Let's see if this connects the first time. How's the phone? I don't know yet. I'm still setting it up right now. I just opened it. So I'm just going through this setup right now. Thank you. All right, so we're getting ready here. So far, it seems super smooth. I mean, it's responsive. I mean, obviously, we're just on the setup screen here. So while that does its thing, I'm just gonna set that there. We'll see. Let's check out and see what else came in the box. Probably nothing much, but I have a USB cable, a SIM tool, and very little paperwork. All right, so we're gonna stop the fingerprint on that in a second. It's got this Motocare thing here. Let's see if it. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get Motocare on this one because I wanted to get that on the last one, and it just wouldn't work. So I'm gonna set up the fingerprint sensor, which is in the power button right here. Oops, I accidentally put it to sleep. It's very quick at reading. As you can see, it's doing it every time. I'm gonna leave touch to unlock on for now. We'll see if I have any accidental unlocks from doing that, but yeah, I mean, it's like really, really quick. Yeah, so we'll just add those two right now. It's on the side, so I don't need all my fingers. Let's see. We're gonna try to get the data, like I said, from my other one. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of, like, I have my LED light right here, so when it hits, when I can see the reflection of the light. You guys can't, for whatever, see that right there. Let me see, there you go. you can see a distortion in the light from the crease, but I mean, it's very, very minimal. It's even hard to feel. I would say there's less of a crease here than there is on previous Samsungs that I've used. So for the price point of this device, like I didn't even think to look at that, but for the price point of this device and the fact that it's a foldable and I guess a flippable rather, we'll see how the performance is and how it holds up. I haven't really seen many people have any kind of hardware issues with the Motorola's, in terms of like the folding screen and anything like that. So we'll have to see how it holds up. But I mean, for $699, if the performance is good, this is definitely on par with, somebody buying like a new iPhone. I mean, this could be somebody's new, I'm talking about like the average person. That's kind of another reason I wanted to get this one over a Ultra, because a lot of people aren't thinking about getting a flippable or foldable device just because they're always so expensive. So this kind of bridges that gap. We'll go ahead and do, I guess we'll do that one. I've never seen that method before, but we'll click the Express one. And Google Services. We'll just go ahead and go through everything. Yes, yes, yes. Of course, we have Gemini. We're going to skip the cards. We're going to get rid of, I don't want any of these extra apps that it tries to download. All right, so we're going to copy the data over here. It says about 13 minutes left. Usually that speeds up a little bit once we get things moving here, but we'll see how that goes. I think it's working from, I think it's doing it from this. I'm not exactly too sure. I didn't hit anything on that phone other than the original start button. So we'll see what it does, but kind of hoping it just mirrors that. I've been using my iPhone a lot because of work. I just started, I'm in car sales now. So if anybody's wondering why my videos have been few and far between, it's because I work long hours doing that now. But I'm having more work done on my foot. Well, I had my ankle fused. I was walking on it. It's okay. But the wound from the fusion didn't really heal right, so they're going to skin graft it. They started that process on Tuesday. They said something about a little infection and my tendon is dead, dying. I don't really know. The tendon doesn't really matter because even if they had to take the tendon out, my ankle is fused, so it's not going to really affect me because the tendon doesn't do anything anyway. So I'm kind of just waiting on that. I have another appointment next week and then another appointment the week after that. So I am not currently working at my dealership that I work at now. Just kind of waiting on that. I have a wound vac, which is in this bag right here. That tube goes to my foot to suck out my foot juices. It's actually not to remove fluid or anything. It keeps negative pressure on the wound, and it's supposed to help kind of bring in the edges and close it, or help close it so they can skin graft it. But I have that, and I'm not going to carry that around at work because it's kind of a pain in the butt. So once we're done with that, we'll be back at work. But that's where I was before, why I hadn't been making too many videos, because I'm off Sundays and Tuesdays. So I was kind of busy, and when you finally get a day off after working 10-hour days every day, 10 or 11-hour days every day, sometimes, unless I had something to make a video on, I just didn't want to make a video. But we have One UI stuff coming up already, surprisingly, and we have WWDC in just a couple weeks. So hopefully, I don't know, I'm not going to be able to take off for WWDC, so it's going to be on a Monday most likely. Well, it's going to start on Monday, so the beta is going to come out on a Monday. So I'll be able to stream that night because I'll be off Tuesday, but I won't be able to do a in the moment stream. Now, usually the beta doesn't roll out to 4 or 5 o'clock anyway, my time, and I get off at 5 on Mondays. So hopefully by the time we have by the time we have any kind of betas ready to go, I'll be off work and I can come home and install them, and we'll do that kind of stuff like we always have, kind of on, you know, live stream. But One UI 8, the beta could start next week, so I should be off for that because I am, like I said, waiting on this. It's going to be a couple weeks for the foot thing. So if that is the case, we will be, you know, we'll have some time to do that. I just plugged this into my Anker Solex C200 charger. I have other chargers over here, but I just wanted to use it, so I figured why not. Let's see if my Anker connected. Okay, connected to Wi-Fi. For whatever reason, it didn't connect to Wi-Fi before, but yep, got the C200 DC. You can see we're pulling, it's under my hand there, 24 watts with the Moto Razr plugged into it. It's supposed to storm tonight, so maybe I should save this battery in case I need it for actual battery backup, but it'll be fine. I have other ones. I don't know what the battery percentage is. It's probably, I don't know, in the 70% range. And it's still pulling 24 watts, so not too bad. I don't know what the rated charging speed is on the Razr. I guess I could look real quick while we wait, but let's see. I guess I'll pull up all the specs for you guys while we wait on it to finish the restore. So yeah, this only comes in, these 4 colors only comes in 256, and it might come in more than unlocked, but it looks like they have some nice care protection. I'll probably get Moto Care accident protection. So they have the extended service plan, which is just like an extended warranty. It doesn't cover accidental. I'll probably go ahead and get like just the accidental protection for like 18 months, a year and a half. Unless I can get this on sale because it's cheaper. So obviously I'd get that. I don't know how that goes with buying it after the fact, but I'll have to look and see what the options are. But I mean, it's a nice phone on paper. We'll see how how it goes once I get it. 4,500 milliamp hour battery, so not too bad there. 30 watts of turbo power, so it's charging at almost, well, it's down to 21 watts right now, but like I said, it's almost charged, so not to be or not unexpected. MediaTek Dimensity 7400X, like I said, power efficient, always ready. 8 gigabytes of LPDDR4X memory and RAM boost, keeping you running smoothly. So yeah, we'll have to try to get the Moto Care and see if you can. I think you can do it after the fact. I thought last time I saw you could. Let me bring this over here real quick. Let's see. I don't see, it doesn't say. I still had my other Moto on here. Add a device. Enter an IMEI number. Where's the box? Let's see. And that whole time it wasn't typing. All right, so it's added. Make primary device. Warranty expires July 2026. Yeah, I don't see an option to buy anything. It just says Motorola services standard. My Moto Care. Available for 30 days to following activation date as long as there are no open repair orders and phone shows no prior signs of physical or liquid damage. Okay, well, it's about 5 minutes old, so. See, I have it added, but it doesn't give me the option to. It doesn't even give me the option to add a accidental damage plan, which it says, or a extended service plan, which it says you can do that with anytime within the year of the warranty, as long as the warranty is still active. So I don't know. We'll have to look into that and see. Under the service tab, I mean, I found the page. I just have yeah, that's where it is. But like it says right here, you can check your eligibility here. But then it just takes me to my account, which I just added the phone. But if I click this, it doesn't have. There's no option there to do it. I'll have to call them or something. Which last time I did that, and it was like they're like, oh yeah, we'll email you something, and they never emailed me anything. So I just kind of sold the phone. I was like, I can't get the warranty on it, so I was kind of sell it. Where's the? Where do you click to buy them? It just tells you they have them. You can't. Okay, whatever. So yeah, oops, you guys can see the screen the whole time, but you get the point. All right, this is done copying. So getting your phone ready, we'll switch back over here. And my other phone says copying is done. I kind of wish Best Buy had the keyboard in stock so I could show that on the stream, but I didn't expect that they would for the Moto. All right, let's stay in touch. Let's not. I don't want to subscribe for emails. I don't want to subscribe for push notifications. Screen protector alert. Please do not remove the pre-installed screen protector or use a third-party screen protector. Doing so will remove a layer of protection and void the device warranty. We're going to use gestures. We'll just leave it in light mode for now. So, okay, sweet. Everything, my app still have to download, but it did keep everything, kind of where it was. So, that's good to know. Go ahead and give it a close here. Have the outside screen. I don't think I registered that finger. So, okay, yes, I know how to do this. So yeah, the cool thing is you can do your apps, you get your messages, your photos, all that kind of stuff, and you can obviously edit what you want on here. You can add shortcuts as well for like apps and contacts and that kind of stuff. Let's see. We don't want Gmail. We'll do X, YouTube. So we can open up. don't know, what is it? Oh, okay, so that's just different, you know, cards and stuff. You can do weather. Keeps giving me suggestions instead of doing all that kind of stuff. App permissions. Okay, I don't know what. I think it's trying to open something on the inside. Oh, or it's just not going to open. I think it's still downloading some of the apps. So wait for that to download, and then we'll get everything set up. But yeah, I mean, the performance seems pretty good right off the bat. We got the Moto AI, which we don't have on. We don't have that on the stylus. We'll go to external display right here. We can change the lock screen stuff. And I kind of just want to use the same wallpaper, so I'll have to find that because that's from an app. Close the flip to continue. So here's where you can change. You know, you can get. We don't need games. We don't need that. We don't need that. I kind of just want to do home, apps, weather. You can do a widget panel. I wish the little or not the notification. I wish the suggestions would stop popping up. I'm just going to leave that like it is for now. So we've got your home screen where you can do, you know, your quick apps down here. So we can do, oops, no, home screen, and then we can change your shortcuts. So we'll do cameras fine, messages fine. We don't need those. We'll do, apparently we have 2 calculators. We'll do that, and then we'll do the weather. Just some things you might use on the kind of like the outer screen. Why did that not save? Actually, we're going to do AccuWeather. Calculator, save. Oh, I didn't hit save. That's why I didn't save. So yeah, then you can just pop open in. There you get your calculator. Swipe up works the same as your other one. Hit allow to allow it to open. So yeah, you can see all the apps just work. I mean, they work great on here. And the cool thing about we're gonna do that. The cool thing about this is when I get the keyboard, I will be able to like respond to messages on here. I mean, you can do that now. Obviously, you can open it up and you can do. Let me see. I don't want to show anybody's information, but okay. So this is. I don't have my sim in here yet, so the messages don't work. But yeah, I mean, obviously the keyboard's going to come up and get rid of some of the space, but with the Clicks keyboard on there, that won't happen because you won't have the on-screen keyboard. You'll just have the regular, you know, physical keyboard. So it makes that kind of handy on the form factor like this. So I think the Clicks keyboard is going to be absolutely perfect for this device to do that with. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go play around with it and get my sim transferred over and finish setting up my apps and stuff like that. And we'll give it a try and see how I like it. And I'll come back and do maybe I'll do a video this weekend or something like that on it, and we'll see how it goes. And I'm gonna go probably play with this thing. So you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. I'm Colin with Techout. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and as always, have a great day.